Rob Devall. Currently, I'm the Director of Military Affairs at the Aurora Chamber of Commerce. I was born here. My dad was stationed at Lowry, born at Fitzsimmons. Then I ended up joining the family business. I joined the Air Force at 28 years. 10 of them were here in Colorado, between the Air Force Academy and Buckley. So back in 2013, the San Antonio Spurs playing the Miami Heat. In Game 6, the Spurs were up. Towards the end of the game, though, regulation, Ray Allen hits a three, ties the game, goes to overtime. Spurs lose the game. Still goes to a Game 7, but they don't make it on the Game 7. So Miami Heat wins, devastating loss for the Spurs. And so Coach Popovich, he is actually an Air Force Academy grad. And so because of the devastating loss, he wanted to bring a different perspective to training camp. So he worked his connections, and he got training camp at the Air Force Academy. And so, you know, they're experiencing things. They're seeing the cadets. They're engaging with them, watching the parades, all the things, right? Just getting a taste for what Coach Pop went through when he was a cadet. But what they didn't know is one day they were just told to get on a bus.
Does everybody understand? Yes, sir.
And so this bus comes in to the base and then goes to this training area called Jacks Valley. That's kind of the field training area at the Air Force Academy. And he gets off the bus, and we kind of arranged some things to occur.
Let's go. We going right now.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. You got a lot of folks on there. And so kind of tell them a couple things, have them fall off the bus, get them in formation, teach them a position of attention. And so I couldn't hold it in much longer after that. I started laughing because I was like, these guys make a lot of money listening to everything I'm saying. And so it kind of broke down because I think we went far enough. I kind of explained what we were going to do that day. And then we put a GoPro on Boris Diaw. He was one of the new players, a French. And so him and Tony Parker kind of had a connection to kind of document going through. So the first guy to go was actually Tim Duncan. He stepped up and said, I'll go first. So goes through the course, and that happens. So it's a great story, right? Because team building, doing something they don't usually do, kind of build morale and get out of the gym. Well, they go through, and that's a cool story, right? But for me, I think the coolest story out of all this is after the players were done, a few of the coaches wanted to go through. So coaches are running through, they get to the last obstacle. Last obstacle is this one where you're over water, and it's that rope that goes across, and you kind of go backwards across the water. Well, he asks one of the guys that worked with us to demonstrate. And so he gets on, and he starts going through, and not even 5 feet into the obstacle, his cell phone falls out and goes in the water.
Oh, the phone!
And all of us from our team and the players, we're hanging out, and we see it, and we start cracking up. For some reason, that was the reaction everybody had. Just thought it was funny. And Thompson, that was the guy, he said, yeah, that's why you got insurance on your phone, and he kept going, right? While all that was happening, Coach Popovich, and he'd probably kill me to tell this story because he's just a real humble guy. But I think he deserves his flowers on this one because he is a great leader. He starts walking slowly around, unassuming, asks Diaw about where the phone is. He's like, oh, it's in there, don't worry about it. Okay, and so goes on and then gets in the water. He starts fishing in the water, look for this guy's phone. Well, everyone is kind of joking, laughing, having a good time. Coach Pop had his head on straight, doing what servant leaders do, and took action to do the right thing. I wasn't even paid attention at the time until it was after I started rewatching the tapes that I saw that occurred. So huge leadership lesson. That sort of thing is kind of what that place is about. The tagline is building leaders of character. It's great for the military, but there's a lot of people that get out and go do great things as well. And that character is the thing that sticks. I mean, there's so many stories, not just folks that were in the military, the young men and women that serve today, stories of courage, stories of leadership, stories of adversity, and getting through it. But Colorado's got so much for that.